7 ancient cities. That time, erased long ago before the cities we know today, there were others, vast and sacred, towering and feared. Places whispered about in scripture and stone. Some of these cities fell to war, others to weather, but a few were simply forgotten. In this short journey, we'll revisit 7 ancient locations, once mighty, now silent. And one of them is buried beneath a modern shopping mall. Stay with me. Babylon, founded over 4,000 years ago in what is now Iraq, once the beating heart of Mesopotamia. At its height, it was the largest city in the world. Its walls rose high above the desert. Its temples were among the grandest ever built. And the Hanging Gardens, if they truly existed, were counted among the ancient wonders. But Babylon's glory faded. It fell to the Persians, then the Greeks, then centuries of silence. Today, the ruins still stand, barely, wind-swept bricks, partial reconstructions, and the name of a modern dictator carved into what remains. Babylon is now a whisper in the sand. Interesting fact, the bricks used in Saddam Hussein's reconstruction of Babylon were stamped with his name, mirroring what ancient kings once did to mark their own legacy. We may never know exactly where Sodom and Gomorrah stood, but clues point to the southern edge of the Dead Sea. These cities were said to be decadent, burning with excess and pride. Until, as the story goes, they burned for real, fire and sulfur from the sky. Geologists have found evidence of sudden destruction, shocked quartz, charred layers. Something catastrophic happened here. Today, it's a wasteland, a lifeless salt plain with no vegetation, no sound, just the memory of judgment drifting with the dust. Interesting fact, a site called Tal el-Hammam shows evidence of an ancient explosion so intense it may have vaporized parts of the city, possibly from a meteor or airburst. Among Jordan's rose-colored cliffs lies Petra, a city carved into stone. Once a major trade hub, Petra connected Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. Its facades were sculpted with breathtaking precision, but shifting trade routes and earthquakes sealed its fate. Now, visitors walk through the sick to reach the treasury. Much of Petra is silent, its stone beauty preserved in stillness. Interesting fact, Petra had an advanced water system, including dams and ceramic piping, allowing it to thrive in the desert. The Colosseum, the heart of ancient Roman spectacle. Completed in 80 CE, this amphitheater could hold over 50,000 spectators. Gladiators fought, animals were hunted, entire naval battles were simulated within its flooded floor. It stood not just as entertainment, but as propaganda, a symbol of Rome's might and order. Centuries of earthquakes, looting, and time wore it down. Much of its marble was repurposed for new buildings across the city. Interesting fact, the holes dotting the Colosseum's walls are from iron clamps that were pried out during the Middle Ages to be melted down and reused. The Valley of Elah, where David met Goliath. This wide, open valley in southern Israel is believed to be the very ground where the young shepherd defeated the Philistine giant with a sling and a stone. It was a frontier zone between Israelite and Philistine territory, and the battle was not just physical, but symbolic. Youth versus power, faith versus fear. Today, the valley remains largely rural. Farmland, olive trees, and distant hills. Few would guess its biblical importance from just a glance. Interesting fact, archaeological digs near the valley have uncovered fortified sites from the time of David, possibly supporting the historicity of the biblical account. Ur, the birthplace of Abraham according to tradition. This Sumerian city thrived around 2000 BCE. With ziggurats, irrigation, and early written laws, it was a center of learning. But rivers shifted, kingdoms fell, and Ur was swallowed by sand. Modern excavations revealed its bones. A great ziggurat now stands alone under the scorching sun. Interesting fact, the great ziggurat of Ur was once surrounded by markets and temples, but now it stands in isolation. Tenochtitlán, the sacred city of the Aztecs. At its height, it was larger than any city in Europe, built on a lake, connected by causeways, adorned with towering pyramids, and at its heart, the Templo Mayor, where gods were honored and sacrifices made. But the Spanish came and crushed it. Today, Mexico City rises over its bones. The Templo Mayor, still there, but buried beneath banks, shops, and restaurants. Tourists pass it daily without knowing. History isn't always lost in the wild. Sometimes we build on top of it. We often think of history as behind us, but it isn't. It's beneath us, around us, hidden beneath concrete and time. Empires rise, empires fall, but the land remembers. If these cities echo anything, it's this: nothing built by human hands lasts forever. But the stories, they remain, if we choose to look.